All right, thanks. Yeah, I want to talk about the Welding Triangle in the South Shore first. Um, Next slide, please. There we go. Now, the Welding Triangle is very important. It was found by Captain Welling in 1897 while he was working for Frederick Blair. And he noticed a triangle out of stone on the South Shore. And that is a picture on the right, actually, is the picture from the museum on the island. You can know that it is a sextant. It was in the shape of a sextant. And that's what really led me to believe that maybe astronomy has something to do with this because a sextant was used to track celestial objects. And it was on ships. It could tell latitude. It was used to for celestial tracking. So having that Welling triangle or the Hedden triangle in that one diagram to the right, they call it the Hedden triangle. It has the triangle is made up of stones, bowling ball sized stones, and they are 10 by 10 by 10 equilateral triangle, but it has a bottom there, that little circle that makes it into a sextant, and there's a line going up the middle. Now, the thing about this triangle down there is that from the R.V. Harris, I call it the Oak Island Bible, and it's been called the Oak Island Bible. In fact, this was on Craig's shelf, where R.V. Harris does talk about the triangle and the history of it being found. So when they found it, it was ignored until Hedden rediscovered it on the South Shore. Now, this other diagram to the left shows what Arlick Walton did of California. He put bearings on it. There's no evidence that Arlick was ever on the island at any time, but he had bearings. And I think he just did it by knowing just the characteristics of it, how it does go true north-south. He knew that the sides were 10 by 10 by 10. I think just by mathematics, he figured out what the bearings were, how he bisected the both sides, 10-foot sides. He just did the bisect of it, and he just figured out what the bearings are. Now, I can't talk about any of the meanings of the bearings, but I just find it interesting that he did do this, and this has been passed down through Oak Island researchers for, I don't know, I've had this for over a decade, really. But yeah, this has been passed around quite a bit, and we're starting to maybe figure some things out with it. Next slide. I placed the Welling Triangle in that watery area down at the bottom along the South Shore. It was there until I think 1965 when they did a lot of work on the South Shore, and it kind of sunk into that pit right there. So that's where I place it. And one thing about the description of the Welling Triangle is that it was due south of the money pit. And the team is getting closer. They'll tell you they haven't pinpointed it, but they're pretty darn close. So I've had to adjust it a few times with their findings. So that's where I have it right now. Now, in the book, it does say that it was 230 feet south of the money pit. And I think that's an error. There's definitely more than that to the north. It's more like 300 or so. But there are some typos in the first edition, which I have, but later editions, he might have corrected that. But the South Shore in general is very, very important. Yeah, you can go there, please. Yeah. This is from actually the Doug site, the Blockhouse blog. And he has all of Les McPhee's transcript notes from Dan Blankenship concerning the South Shore. Anybody can take a look at those on Doug's site. But one of those files has this in it. And I thought it was very interesting. On the South Shore, when Dan dug his trench, he did find that a few things like a ship's ring bolt and boulder, the triangle of rocks, that's the Welding Triangle. Interesting to see is a flat rock with obscured writing. That stands out. And a beach below a beach, 2 feet, a replica of the triangle of rocks, about 10 feet in water, 200 feet from shore. I think they found that or rediscovered that during one of the episodes. But, Dan saw the South Shore as something being important. He dug that trench looking for flood tunnels leading from the South Shore to the money pit, and he found a hidden shaft. He found a hidden shaft 30 feet south of the Welling Triangle. So he, excavated that to the best he could, and he found a bunch of stuff in there that should be looked at again by the team. I think the South Shore is kind of underrepresented, not ignored, but I think that South Shore should be the next project, really, for the team on the Oak Island. I think it's very important. Maybe they can find the Welling Triangle stones again, or find something else in that shaft. Dan really believed that that shaft was leading to the money pit from the South Shore, and he was pretty sold on that being very important. So, and the shaft was 12 feet below the surface. It didn't start at the top. It was 12 feet below the ground, and he had to dig it out. And they actually found it just by accident digging that trench. So, yeah, you can bring me back, John. See if anybody says about that.